The big question, would you buy to live, buy to let, or does Leeds need more investment before you even think about it? Right, less of a butchers and Siwagwan. This is an auction property. Always check the legal pack as well as auction fees. You may have additional costs and other property problems. We are starting the viewing from the top floor. Bedroom 1 is a double bedroom. Today we are viewing a freehold, back-to-back, end of terrace, 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 WC house. The on-street parking is free and there is a garden. From Leeds train station, it is a 10-minute drive, 37-minute walk, 11 minutes for the cyclists, and 17 minutes bus journey with a 1-minute walk to the bus stop. There is no storage in the property, but there is a cellar. The EPC rating is D and the property is 117 square meters. Bedroom 2 is a double bedroom. Please do not ask me where I got it from, as I couldn't tell you, but I just had in my head that this property was a former dentist, a commercial property. I didn't look at all the auction pictures. I just saw a picture of the outside and thought, right, this is going to need a complete refurb. If you follow the channel, you will know we already knew this was an empty property, as it has been featured on the channel before. Previous video linked at the end. However, personally, I have known this property to be empty for years. This property is being sold directly by a housing association. We don't know if they're reducing their stock or selling this property as a one-off. Let's go downstairs to the first floor. Buyer premium, what the buyer needs to pay the seller. There is no buyer premium on this property. Bedroom 3 is the smallest bedroom of all of them. You can still get a double bed in here. There is one particular housing association in Leeds that's selling quite a few properties. I mean, are they buying more properties to replace the one that's sold? Is no one concerned that this is less and less social housing stock? The property has a gas certificate dated the 22nd of July 2024. The property has an electrical certificate dated the 7th of June 2021, and there is also an asbestos management re-inspection report dated the 8th of November 2024. The bathroom has a toilet, sink, overhead shower, and bar. I am really surprised to find this property is a full-blown HMO, house of multiple occupancy. As we go around the property, you will see self-closers on fire doors, the thumb-toe locks with keys, intermittent strips, a fire alarm system, new kitchen, new carpets, double glazed, central heating, freshly painted, and there is a few damp issues that needs addressing. This house is pretty much ready to move into. This is not the first time viewing a social housing property that has been sat empty for years and years. I feel like this is an issue that really needs addressing. There is a separate WC. Council housing and housing association properties should be sold or bought back into use. Having properties just sat there for years and years empty is such a waste. Oh my days. First time buyers, what are you thinking? There is a cupboard, storage, maybe it's a good place to keep some of the supplies like toilet rolls, maybe your Hoover. The fourth bedroom is a double room. Channel first time buyers. If you are single, it's a no. It's outside our budget. Channel first time buyers, if you're a double income, this is a possibility. Would you buy this house to live in as a family home? Now it's not designed for that. I don't know why this refurb is a HMO. Maybe it was previously a HMO and the Housing Association just upgraded it. If that's the case, why did they even sell it? You're gonna could have housed 4 people off the waiting list, but you know what, we move. There is an identical house to this one a few properties down the road. Don't know what it looks like inside, but in the garden there is a slide, a 3-wheeler bike and a cart for children. Get the impression that it's a family home, but who knows. So there is family homes like this on the road. Let's go downstairs to the ground floor. It's an end terrace, so you tend to find end terraces just a little bit more spacious. Would you buy it and live in one room and rent out the other 3 rooms? Based on the guide of 140 grand with a mortgage rate of 6%, the mortgage is £700. This property is in council tax band A, which for financial year 2025 to 2026 is £1,440 and 60 pence, making a monthly payment of £120 and 5 pence. The living room is spacious. Would you keep this as a living room or maybe potentially turn it into another bedroom? So even renting out 2 rooms, the mortgage, council tax and probably throw in the Wi-Fi is covered. Happy days. What would you do? Landlords, this is a HMO. Do you think you will get a 15% gross yield on this property? The kitchen is quite spacious. It's a kitchen diner, so you could fit tables and chairs in here. Now there is a cellar, but we haven't gone down there today. Would you rent it as it is or change the decor? Maybe add a bit of colour in, feature walls, change the light ceiling pendant to something more stylish. This property is in a selective licence area. I looked at Leeds City Council website and this is what it says. Leeds is an Article 4 area and you would need to double check if this property falls under the licensing postcode. There is space for a freestanding cooker as housing associations don't normally have cookers or ovens built in. Looking at rentals, what are 4 beds in the local area on the market for? Looking at rooms in the local area, what are they on the market for? Looking at short-term rentals in the local area, how much can we charge per night for 4 guests? Looking at short-term rentals in the local area, how much can we charge per night for 1 room? Let's do the Jim Jam test. Is a local shop close enough to pop in our Jim Jams on a Sunday morning? Looking at sales, what are 4 beds in the local area on the market for? There are no other HMOs on the market to do a like-for-like comparison, so we're going to look at a bricks and mortar valuation, as this property could easily be turned into a family home. There is no sales history for this property. Let's see if the property sold or how much it sold for. And we have our shop.